The U.S. Border Patrol announced a new strategy today for catching illegal immigrants from Mexico, using improved intelligence to target repeat offenders. These days, though, the number of Mexicans heading home outnumbers those coming to the U.S. Many of them have been deported, the result of stepped-up enforcement. We asked Bill Whitaker to tell us what happens when families are forced to leave.
Every day, Patricia Herrera walks her 3 children, 12-year-old Yasmin, 10-year-old Elizabeth, and 8-year-old Vicente, to school. But these days, this familiar routine is on unfamiliar terrain. This family from Salt Lake City, these American children, have been uprooted here to Tijuana, Mexico. These English-speaking children struggle to learn in Spanish.
It's different, and it's hard for me to understand what they're saying here.
Right across from the house they share with relatives is the fortified fence that marks the U.S. border. When Patricia was a baby, her mother sneaked her across. She grew up thinking she was a U.S. citizen until she was stopped one day by federal agents. Caught a second time last October, she was deported. To keep her family intact, she brought her children, U.S. citizens, over in February.
I was sad. I was scared. I was shocked. I was nervous.
I'm still not adjusting very well. I never thought it would come to this, but it has, and it's hard for them.
4 years ago, Tijuana schools started seeing a steady flow of American students whose parents had been deported. When the U.S. economy fell into deeper recession, that flow became a flood. The schools are overwhelmed. This school is a prime example of what's going on. 2 years ago, there were no U.S. students enrolled. Last year, 6. This year, 35. In all Tijuana schools, 2,000 students from the U.S. have enrolled so far this year. How many of you speak English? Most feel trapped between two worlds. Caesar was born in Washington State.
Yeah, I feel more American in a sense because all my life I was over there.
Jasleen was born in California. How is it different here?
Like over there is cleaner, and like here is kind of like dangerous to be like when it's dark.
Patricia can't work because she can't speak Spanish well enough. She studies every night with her children. She survives on money her family sends from Utah every week.
I live right here on the borderline too, and it's hard to know that I look over there every morning and say, oh my God, if I can only get through there. But I know I can't. So I have to accept and learn to live my life here.
It's a hard lesson many families from north of the border are having to learn. Bill Whitaker, CBS News, Tijuana.